I mean, this really shouldn't be shocking considering that in 2019, Sasha Banks actually requested her release. Obviously, it wasn't granted. For those who need a little bit of context here, Sasha Banks reportedly walked out on WWE during Monday Night Raw. Corey Graves on commentary calling her unprofessional and also blaming her for the reason why the main event was scratched. I don't know if this was fed by Vince McMahon, Bruce Pritchard, or whatnot. If you guys watch this channel on a weekly basis, daily basis, you know when I talk about pro wrestling, I don't really question things to be a work that often. But this is a very, very interesting situation. Fightful, PW Insider, several sources coming out and saying it's a very legitimate situation. Slice Wrestling also adding to it, saying that Sasha Banks has had some creative frustrations since WrestleMania 35. Also had a little bit of frustrations with Vince McMahon and WWE for not promoting her on The Mandalorian. Guys, this is interesting because I always go back to the time where Sasha Banks did request her release. It's not uncommon for Sasha Banks to be upset with WWE. At this point, I feel like everybody kind of knows it's open. She's been open about it, especially when she's done some interviews, I think with The Athletic and other outlets. But really what this comes down to, is it a work? Is it legit? Like, what the hell is actually happening here? And that's the tough thing. I never typically believe things could be a work. There are a couple circumstances where I could see Sasha Banks, WWE using this as a way to break up Sasha Banks and Naomi, having Naomi join the bloodline. That's always a big possibility. I don't know. I don't know about this scenario and how this is going to end. You know what I mean? Sasha Banks is an incredible talent. WWE is always in a strange situation with their women's division because I think Sasha and Bayley, these are two names that I look at WWE not prioritizing, and then you got Ronda Rousey, and she's doing a fine job on SmackDown, but you got Ronda Rousey and Bianca Belair, and then you have Charlotte, and you have so many other people, and you want to push as many people as possible. But it's just really tough, man. It's like a really competitive division, and there's a lot of people who can be at the top. You can add Alexa Bliss and Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley, Asuka, Becky. Like, there are a lot of people here. So I don't know. Is this a situation with maybe backstage the booking decisions that they may have had were changed? Or I don't know. I don't know what it would be. I thought the idea of the 6-pack challenge or whatever would have been cool. Maybe not as predictable. Now, I don't know what the actual plans were for who was going to win this match, but now the match was changed to Asuka and Becky Lynch, and there's obviously a lot of people who are talking about this. So, yeah, man, what's going to happen with Sasha Banks? Is she done with WWE? Is she walking out? Is she calling it quits? Is she going to ask for her release again? That's what a lot of people are curious about now. Sasha Banks, in my opinion, if this is not a work, right? If this is legitimate as possible, Sasha Banks is somebody that I can see wanting to end up in AEW. I can see that happening. And if you're WWE, you can't allow that to happen. You got to take care of your people. You got to make sure they're not leaving for AEW. Just like AEW can't let MJF and other people walk to WWE. You got to protect your stars. You got to protect the people that do good for you. It's an interesting scenario. We'll see kind of how it pans out. But yeah, as of right now, it seems to be actually legitimate. And it's not shocking. It's not surprising. But maybe I'm a little disappointed because I would like for things to work out for her. She's a really great talent. WWE obviously has done some great stuff with her. But again, it's just a very competitive division. I don't know what the hell could have happened here. So we'll find out. And I'll keep you updated. Let me know what you guys think down below.